This is the only species of lizard and marine iguana that actually can do this in the ocean. There's some research that tells that these guys can go up to 30 meters deep, and they can stay up to 10 minutes. That means they are really well adapted to live in this environment. These marine iguanas show also special adaptations that makes them different to other species of iguanas. One of them is having a very flat tail, which gives them a lot of propulsion, so they can swim and get to deeper areas where they find their algae. I found it really admirable because you can see the currents, how strong, and the tides are really, really strong here in the Galápagos. So sometimes you find them really struggling just going and diving in these kind of very strong currents and then coming back. It's something really amazing. I just found them, they are really strong and resilient animals. Oh. I've noticed that the marine iguanas looks a little not that fat. Actually, they are a little skinny. So don't forget that we are just ending the time of El Niño. And what happens with these guys is that they may not find too much food at this moment. But they have a very interesting adaptation. They actually can shrink. They can reduce their body size up to 20%. So that's a lot. That's a very big percentage in terms of reducing the size. Imagine yourself. I mean, we can get really skinny, but not reducing our size. You're talking about reducing even bones and muscles, everything. They reduce 20% of their size when there is lack of food. So that's an adaptation for them to resist during a very strong El Niño phenomenon. Well, we know that when there is warmer waters, there is less productivity in the water, there is much less algae. And this is natural cycles, so we have seen many of these iguanas that are actually now dead. So if we consider that this is part of the natural cycle, well, we will then have a period of La Niña when the water will become colder. The problem is that we know that now with climate change, there is possibilities that these kind of El Niño events will become stronger. So it's not only now natural cycles, but it's also the influence of humans that are modifying and doing modifications in this kind of weather cycles. So we really need to think how we are relating with the whole environment, and marine iguanas are a good indicator of the health status of the ecosystem. And here in such a well-protected marine reserve, this makes everything clear. We as humans have a big responsibility on protecting these species, and every of our actions will have an effect on their health status.